Hello good people of YouTube, my name is Jason, welcome to my channel My Frequencies. I'm going to do a little breakdown of one of my most popular videos and respond to a few of the comments because it's quite a divisive video apparently, and there seems to be quite a lot of confusion about what's actually going on. So this channel's almost up to 100,000 views, and I think I've been going, it looks like about 3 years basically. And occasionally I will go back and look at my most popular videos. You can sort your upload history by most popular. This is actually my second most popular video. It's got 2.1 thousand views. And it's a video called Vegan Wilderness Survival Techniques. And the like to dislike ratio is pretty close. I've actually, at the moment, it's got just over 2,000 views. It's got 45 likes, 56 dislikes. You know, and you might think, oh, that's not a lot of interaction for 2,000 views, but that is a lot in my experience. That is a lot of people who actually felt strong enough to react. And also, it's got 27 comments, so you know, it is quite a divisive thing. So, vegan wilderness survival techniques. Is this video making fun of vegans, or is this video trying to do and say something else? Well, when I made this video, I was vegan, and unapologetically so. I was still, you know, a card-carrying vegan. I believed that it was, well, I mean, I still do believe that it's an incredibly powerful statement to be vegan, and it is an incredibly powerful thing to do for your health and for your physical and mental well-being, just to get that out of the way. But I am no longer vegan. I took what I'd learned and I moved beyond it. I won't get into that here, there's other videos on that topic, but sticking to the point of this video, vegan wilderness survival techniques. Okay, so let's have a look. So basically it starts out with a man hunting around in the woods. I made this video completely on the fly. I didn't actually have an external mic at the time, so the sound quality is terrible, but the music fit perfectly. I found the piece of music later on. And yeah, I just completely freestyled it all. The acting, crafting the spear. The whole thing was shot in not one take, obviously it's different clips, but you know, there was no, I didn't retake any of it. I just shot the whole thing, just made it up on the spot and acted it out. And you know, the spear cracking in half and everything, it just fell just right. It was absolutely perfect, everything I wanted it to be. So that was the first like 2 minutes of the video. After that, I thought, this is quite amusing, and I ran with it. I took the joke further, and I went on and did some sort of almost like Bear Grylls sort of type stuff, talking about how you can obtain food. But obviously I'm taking the piss because we're talking about fruit. Now the real reason this was funny is because I was still on Facebook back in those days, and I was a member of different vegan groups, and I was watching a lot of vegan YouTube channels, and there are so many people who say just the most ridiculous things to vegans, such as, if society collapsed, you guys are all fucked, you wouldn't be able to remain vegan. Absolutely true. I completely agree with that statement. I agreed with it then when I was vegan, and I still agree with it now. Without supermarkets, it would be extremely difficult to be vegan in this kind of Northern European climate. You would not find it easy at all. And I think the only reason that humans were able to colonize this type of area, and harsher areas, definitely anywhere harsher than Northern Europe, you'd definitely be looking at diets very high in animal products, especially through the winter months. That shouldn't even be taken as a criticism of veganism. That's not what veganism is trying to do. There are people within the vegan movement who believe that it's a natural diet for humans. I think these people are kind of barking up the wrong tree. Like I say, I was there for a long time. I did the raw vegan thing, and I did the very clean eating thing, and you know, I saw and experienced some amazing things, but I don't believe that, you know, my personal belief is that you can't talk about nature when you're talking about human beings. All right, we're getting off topic. Let's stick to this video. Yeah, what am I doing later? I did some more fruit hunting. I found some oranges, didn't I? And then right at the end, you can kind of tell I'm taking the piss, but this is the thing, it's such deadpan humor. A lot of people in internet land are just kind of clicking this, clicking that. Oh, what's this vegan wilderness survival? Vegans can't survive in the wild. I'll have a look at this. Oh, he's taking the piss. Well, they don't realise I'm taking the piss. Who knows? Right, let's look at some comments. Okay, so we got one here from I Don't Eat My Friends, obviously a vegan. Vegan, ancient tribal slang for the guy who stayed back and had sex with your wife while you were out hunting. That's very funny. Here we go, RB. This person got the joke. Not what I was looking for, but glad I found it. Susie Snake, she got the joke. Great video. Be careful hunting oranges. I've heard they can rip a man to shreds. I'm pleased to see a video from you. I've been wondering how you were doing. You know, there's always some obscure comments on your YouTube videos, like Dave Berry. Once I found a coconut on a conker tree, it saved me. So I'm not sure if that's a supportive comment or not. Cyber Freak. Someone messaged me when this dude posts some real entertainment. This was a waste of a click. Hope you enjoy those New World Order genetically modified organism globalist bananas. He has a very good point. Just by being vegan, it doesn't mean that you're automatically, you haven't got that whiter than white right to criticise other people for harming the environment. I'm sorry, you don't. I know vegans who drive cars, I know vegans who live in houses, and it's like, it's not the only piece of the puzzle when it comes to the environment. Okay, it's just one piece of the puzzle. Not knocking it, still saying it's a very admirable thing. I do admire vegans greatly. Eli Hamgeri, dumbest video I've ever seen. It's the dumbest video that Eli Hamgeri had ever seen. I'm sorry, I wish I'd had the mic was better. It might have made more sense to him. Alonzo, this is one of the early comments on this video, I think. I didn't actually respond to this one. Get spear to hump fruit. Laughing emoticon. But on a serious note, in a state of severe hunger, our natural instincts would kick in and we would turn into serious carnivores. I mean, I didn't respond at the time because I would have been thinking I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that debate. But like I say, even as a vegan, I was fairly open-minded to this stuff. It was the right thing for me at that time. You know, later on when my health did take a turn for the worse and I kind of abandoned the vegan thing, it was almost in a state of panic. And I did start eating red meat again. Among other things, I pretty much went ketogenic for... I ate everything for a month. I just completely gave up on diet. I didn't give a fuck and I felt terrible physically and mentally about that. And then I was ketogenic for 2 months and I felt fucking fantastic and my digestion really bounced back. So I've got another video in the pipeline about this, about why I think that being vegan worked for me amazingly for 2.5 years, did amazing things for me, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then why in that last year, when I was still clinging onto it, like this works, I'm sure this works, but it stopped working. Why did it stop working? There's a video in the pipeline about that. And then why was it that these very low frequency animal products actually helped me to get back on my feet? And now I'm in a place now where things are improving for me and I'm coming back up and I'm moving once again towards the plant-based end of the spectrum. I have no intention ever to call myself vegan again, but like I say, I have great admiration for people who do make these hard boundaries for themselves and stick to these things. Charlie Kiner, vegans in the woods. Step 1, find cruelty-free food. Step 2, starve to death, because obviously implied you can't do it. You can't find cruelty-free food in the woods, certainly not a wood like that. I mean, back in the day, there might have been fruit trees, there might have been edibles. The video was clearly a joke. I was clearly trolling. I was trolling the people in the Facebook groups who were saying, and on the YouTube comments, who were saying like, you know, oh, vegans have never cut it in the wild. Why was I doing this? Because these kind of people, they are armchair critics. Here's me out there in the woods doing it. Just went to the woods with some tools and some basic construction materials, and I built a home, a dwelling that I've been living in now for over a year. I didn't make it as a vegan, but whether I'm a vegan or not, I'm reliant on the supermarket. And that's the thing, most of these people, most of these critics are reliant on supermarkets. There is no difference between going to the supermarket and picking up a basket full of bananas and papayas and pineapples, which I used to do at one point in my life, and going to the supermarket and picking up a basket full of red meat, fish, eggs, dairy products, and maybe some bananas if you feel like it, right? If you're doing, you know, you can't really use, you wouldn't survive in the wild against somebody if you yourself couldn't survive in the wild, right? The only thing I don't like about this video, it goes on a little bit too long. Like I say, the first 2.5 minutes, but that's really all people watch with YouTube. They watch the first minute. If that's compelling enough, they'll watch the second minute. That's what I've learned. The other 6 minutes of it is just kind of like running with the joke. So, you know, it's a classic video. It's a classic My Frequencies video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're interested in more stuff. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts, which are forthcoming, about going vegan, going vegan, going beyond veganism, and then going back towards that direction. Thanks for watching. Oh, this looks promising.
Yeah, there's definitely something falling in there. I wonder what it is. Tub of hummus. A couple of carrots. And this really has been quite a profitable afternoon.